Tough break, Gilbert. We all saw it on Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers tears his Achilles. Uh, Sadness in New York, but I don't think there was a lot of sadness going on in Wisconsin. Maybe a lot of anger, but not because of the Aaron Rodgers injury, but it's because they won the football game. We'll get into that in a little bit, but Vic, the producer, is going to be asking us questions. We're going to be answering them. So, like WWE style, Vic, I'm tagging you in.
Thanks for having me, guys. Let me talk to you guys. Fair or foul for a Wisconsin bar to offer free drinks if the Jets lose this season. On Monday night, after Rodgers went down, people began running up their tabs only to stick around for the Jets' overtime win and have to pay their tabs. Also, should the bar end their promotion now that Aaron Rodgers is out for the season with a torn Achilles?
Who goes
Shot,
first?
shot, 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 shot. Go, Gilbert.
Okay. I think the promotion is definitely over because I think the deal was like Rogers has to start the game. He won't be starting any more games, unfortunately for Aaron Rodgers there. So I answered that question there, and it is foul. If you're the Green Bay Packers fans, don't you remember the good times? 15 freaking years from Aaron Rodgers. I know only one Super Bowl, but still counts. I ask the Buffalo Bill fans or the Bengals fans, they have nothing. So appreciate the guy. And I know you want free drinks. We all want free stuff, but don't be happy about the injury and then run up the tab. So I think karma got them, Fernando.
I asked Dan and Dago. Dan and Dago would take one off of none, rather than none. I think it's fair. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago when the Chargers moved up to San Diego, a couple of spots down in San Diego, they had taco promotions and this and that. If the Chargers every time the Chargers lost, so I think it's fair. I mean, Rogers left. They're the bitter ex girlfriend. They're angry, so obviously they're going to take it out on him. But them running up the tab and everything, I thought that was hilarious. But definitely, I'm sure some of these guys had heart attacks when they saw the bill, especially because they didn't think that Zach Wilson would win that game.
Point.
Yeah, that point to Fernando there for mentioning the last part there. Moving on, guys. Justin Jefferson and the Minnesota Vikings were unable to come to terms on an extension before week 1. Will the Vikings make it a trifecta and trade another potential Hall of Fame receiver for a first round pick like they did with Randy Moss and Stefon Diggs?
Oh yeah.
I think I should go first
Go
on.
first,
He
sir.
should have won out, Gilbert. Did you see his face after they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? They
Yeah.
lost to Baker freaking Mayfield. I saw his face. He's like, sadness, my old friend. Like that song was playing in the background. He wants out. Justin Jefferson, go out and gritty somewhere else. Go get you a quarterback. You know Kirk Cousins' contract is up. Go get you a real quarterback. Go play with a real quarterback.
Fernando, usually I will, agree, but I guess in this show we have to disagree somehow to get this point here, and I'm down a point here. But I'll say Justin Jefferson, just calm down. Did you see your teammate, the rookie Jordan Addison, breaking free for a touchdown? Did you see the plays that Kevin O'Connell got you? 9 catches, 150 yards, no touchdown, but you can blame Kirk Cousins. Hey, and by the way, Kirk Cousins' contract has not been picked up. Maybe a new quarterback. I don't know who you get, but it could be a different look there. And then the defense balled out. So I get it. You did not get your contract, but you know that tab is going up. You're gonna get paid. Relax, Justin Jefferson. I think it's all good in Minnesota. I think. I don't know.
I'm going to give that point to Gilbert for saying that
Mm.
he's going to end up staying there. All right, guys, moving on. All 5 NFL coaches with a new team loss in week 1. Shea Steichen, Colts, Jonathan Gannon, Cardinals, Sean Payne, Broncos, D'Amico Ryans, Texans, and Frank Wright with the Panthers. Which of these head coaches will have the most success this season? I'll start off with Gilbert.
Ooh, this is really a tough one. I don't want to go Sean Payton. I don't want to go Jonathan Gannon. Ooh, I don't want to go Frank Wright. You know what? I might take yours, Fernando. Shane Steichen, friend of the show. I know he lost, but I really like the job he's already done with my boy, my guy. Come on, Fernando. Anthony Richardson, that's my guy, right? So I got to get this pick here. Richardson, he looked the part. He was confident. He was. I think he really trusted his skill set, his throwing arm, his mobility. I hate that he was taking too many hits at the end. Like, dude, you're down 10 points. But the throwing, he looked like a polished passer. I'm not saying he's super accurate, like Drew Brees in his prime, but he looks so much better than those 13 starts he got at Florida. So Shane Steichen, the QB whisperer, I'm going with that guy.
You suck. I'm gonna go with Frank Reich. Frank Reich has done this before. He's been there. He's done it. It's just gonna take a little bit of time for his offense to kind of get going. I know they've had some injuries, but I think Frank Reich has a good coaching staff. I think they'll rally around these young players, and I think they'll get it going. So I'm gonna go with Frank Reich. I think he'll turn it around and he'll get his guys going, especially because I mean Bryce Young's a talent. I know there's a lot of knocks on him because he's small and everything, but I think he's talented. So I'm going to go Frank Reich.
All right, I'm going to go with Fernando there just because you took his guy. He had put
exactly.
on our rundown that he was going with Shane Steichen, and so he had to change on the fly.
That too.
Yeah.
I had seen it before.
Yes. All right, guys, moving on. The three of the top teams in the AFC last season, Bills, Chiefs, and Bengals, lost in week 1. Which team are you guys concerned about for the rest of the season? I'll start off with Fernando.
The Buffalo Bills, and it's not even close. I mean, literally, Josh Allen's a really nice guy, and he heard about the incentives in Jordan Whitehead's contract, or what, because he gave him 3 interceptions, and he got a bonus because of those interceptions. But man, I'm really concerned about the Bills and Josh Allen. Another thing is too, I don't know if you guys watched the Peyton Manning version and Eli, but they kept on talking about it. He is like Lorenzo Neal at quarterback. Lorenzo Neal used to, when he was a fullback, he would get the ball, and instead of going out of bounds, he'd go and like knock somebody flat on their keister. That's exactly what Josh Allen does. He does not look to go out of bounds. He goes to hit somebody and take punishment. I think it's going to catch up to him. So I'm going to have to go with the Buffalo Bills. They did not look good. And I think Doug McDermott is on the Sean McDermott is on the hot seat. I'm so sorry. Thought about the basketball player. I think I think Sean McDermott's on the hot seat, to be honest.
For a second, I believe that it is Doug McDermott, and they reminded me that it is a basketball player. So good catch by you. And I wanted to go with the Bills because I'm getting tired of them, but that's your pick. I won't disagree because I took the other one. But I'll go with the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, I can't go with the Bengals. I picked them to win the Super Bowl. So I'll start freaking out about the Chiefs for the one big reason. It's super hard to repeat in the NFL. Yeah, you can hate that reason. I don't care. And they should have won that game against Detroit because no Chris Jones, no Travis Kelce, what. But when you're relying on Kadarius Toney, that's a bad look. And what is Kadarius Toney doing, making fun of the Giants for losing 40-0? You're dropping balls all day. Stay quiet, my guy.
Not just that. He had deleted his Twitter and then came back to just talk crap.
It's my moment here, Fernando.
Oh my God. You have to be a psycho. By the way, I just listened to an hour-long interview of Antonio Brown, and I thought he was nuts. Now thinking about this guy, I'm like, whoa, I'm sorry, Gilbert, to cut you off, but I just couldn't believe.
They might be better off with AB than Kadarius Toney.
You're not kidding on that one.
I'll put it that way. But to end my point here, I think it's just so hard to repeat that I'm going to start, worrying about the Chiefs.
All right, I'm going to give Gilbert that point because Fernando interrupted Gilbert. So we're tied 2-2 going into the
system here.
Yes, we're going into the deciding point here, guys. So here we go. During a charity soccer match on Saturday, YouTuber Max Fosh was hit with a yellow card by former EPL referee Mark Clattenburg. Fosh responded to the yellow card by pulling out a reverse Uno card. What is the best use of a prop during an NFL game for you guys? I'll start it off with Gilbert.
Okay, I'm so glad that I looked at the rundown, and for now, did not pick this one. I won't do this to you again, but the best prop for me has to be the cell phone from Joe Horn, the New Orleans Saints wide receiver who called for a touchdown. So that's pretty cool to see, and I'm hoping to see his son do it. Is it J.C. Horn from the Panthers, the cornerback? We'll see if he does it. But Joe Horn,
he got injured again.
Yeah, so that's a tough deal. But I feel like him and T.O., T.O. always had the props and had some good celebrations. But after that phone came out, I think a lot of people were trying to raise the bar there.
Oh, I thought we were talking about what would be a good prop moving forward. So I kind of got this one
in the game or what?
Yeah, no. I think that's what I think in the game. Was it T.O. the one Chad Johnson? He always had some great stuff when he proposed to the cheerleader. I thought that was incredible. I thought that was funny, but that's not a prop, I guess. I would have to say when T.O. ran over and grabbed the pom-poms from the cheerleaders and started dancing with them. So I think I'd have to go with that. You took obviously the most obvious one. Like,
I was gonna say I
yeah.
should probably lose a point for not reading the rules. So let me
No,
know if
no,
I
no.
was right, Vic.
No,
All
I don't
right.
know, because I was gonna say if it's like what should they do to kind of one up this one? If I was if I was an offensive lineman, I'd pull a flag out of my side and I'd be like, flag on the ref for being terrible and not calling something. But my bad. We're talking about previously. Then I'd go with the pom poms from the popcorn from T.O. when he grabbed the fans' popcorn and threw it in his face. So there you go. My popcorn. Final answer.
I was gonna give you guys a tie because this last question is a soccer question and there's ties in soccer.
Oh no.
But because I asked a football question, I'm gonna give it to Fernando for bringing up the popcorn. Honestly, though, I would have taken either the Sharpie or the Hall of Fame jacket that Ocho
Oh yeah.
Cinco wore.
That's a good
So
one too.
yeah, so I'm gonna go with Fernando on this one. So he wins our first rapid fire of the season.
That's a pilot episode of NFL Rapid Fire. Make sure you subscribe to the channel.